In the bend of the River Medway, just north of Maidstone in Kent, lies the site of Allington Castle. The location was chosen for a reason. The river fords, the moated land, the riverside stretch offered both advantage and vulnerability. The ground beneath your feet has been inhabited for millennia, and by the 12th century, a fortified structure stood. The original fortification was built during the civil strife of the reign of King Stephen of England, an unauthorized stronghold in the term of the crown, and was later ordered demolished when royal control was reasserted. Thus begins our tale, a moated manor turned castle, born in crisis. In 1279 to 1299, the manor was transformed by Stephen de Pencester, Lord Warden of the Cinque who obtained a license to crenellate. What does that mean? Walls raised, basements added, towers erected. The modest house by the river was now a genuine fortress. Picture 6 round towers rising along an embattled curtain wall, a gatehouse facing the moat entrance, drawbridge, and portcullis, perhaps. The manor became something with defence and grandeur. In that era, such transformations were funded and motivated by both marital and social status. The castle was not just a stronghold, it was a statement. Time leaps to the 15th and early 16th century. In 1492, Sir Henry Wyatt acquired the castle. He was a loyal supporter of the Tudor kings, and with his acquisition of Allington, he set about making it residence fit for his rank. He added one of England's early long galleries, a long room for walking, entertaining, showing off, dividing the courtyard, and adding comfort and style. Here we meet the next major figure, Sir Thomas Wyatt, the Elder. Born at the castle, poet, courtier to Henry VIII, his son, Sir Thomas Wyatt the Younger, also came from these walls, and he would be the one to bring rebellion. At Allington, legends swirled. The poet Wyatt exploring the long gallery, the Tudor guests whispering in hidden chambers, perhaps the walls echoing secrets of courtly love and treachery. In 1554, the young Wyatt led what became known as the Wyatt Rebellion, a protest against Queen Mary I of England's marriage to Philip of Spain and the return to Catholic influence. Crucially, their first meeting of conspirators is said to have taken place at Allington Castle. The rebellion failed. Wyatt was executed for treason, and his estate, including Allington, were forfeited to the crown. The castle's status shifted from noble residence to crown property, its prestige stained by the stain of treason. In the years that followed, the castle suffered. Fires, neglect, misuse as a farmyard, stones taken away, the walls that once protected lords now crumbled. By the 17th and 18th century, Allington Castle had seen its heyday fade. It was sold, abandoned, parts converted into farmhouses. The northeast wing was badly damaged by fire and never fully restored. Local residents warned against proposed demolition. In the early 19th century, the castle was ruinous that there was talk of stripping it for building materials. For a time, the moat stilted, towers collapsed, roofs gone. A grand past seemed swallowed by neglect. Enter Sir Martin Conway. As his American wife Katrina in 1905, at a time when the castle was dilapidated, Conway purchased a freehold for £4,800 and embarked on a restoration campaign lasting decades. He employed architects, researched ancient techniques, and reimagined the gardens, the long gallery, the interior of the castle with sensitivity. He preserved the medievalness while refitting for 20th century living. He died in 1937, and his daughter Agnes inherited. Eventually the castle shifted hands again, and in 1951 the Carmelite order of the nearby Aylesford Priory acquired it and used it as a religious retreat. Around 1999 the castle returned to private ownership under Sir Robert Worcester, founder of the MORI polling company. It is now private residence, not generally open to the public, though occasionally tours via the riverboat from Maidstone provide glimpses. Imagine this: the Great Hall with its medieval stone, the long gallery refreshed, gardens landscaped, the moat still with whisper of its defensive past. The castle stands as both inhabitants' home and historians' subject, a living document of more than 8 centuries. Though private, Allington Castle remains important. It represents layers of English history: Norman and later medieval politicians, the Tudor court and rebellion, the transformation and decline of the aristocracy, the 20th century heritage movement. It reminds us of how places carry memory. For cultural tourism, educational heritage, agricultural study, Allington Castle offers rich material. According to Historic England, the site dates to a manor house that was fortified in the 13th century and lay in ruin until restored. Imagine standing on the edge of the moat, looking at the facade of grey Kentish ragstone, 6 towers, the drawbridge line, the long gallery window high above, the sunlight glancing off water. Think of the voices that pass through these halls: lords and ladies, poets and rebels, monks and restorers, and now private owners. The castle is not just stone, it is story, it is legacy.